time to now sweep up whatever event it was that we could not do in exploration mode. And there is at least a couple of dozen events that we need to do here. Because there is a total of 8 races each from the start of Stage 2 up to the end of Stage 5. And as you can see there, I have way less money compared to what I had from the last episode. And basically, the reason for that is, well, because I spent that money on maxing out both my Peugeot and also my Hyundai. Basically, maxing both of these cars out to be about as good as they'll get. And man, I can definitely say the Hyundai is definitely about as good as it'll get. Maximum acceleration and maximum top speed. Certainly just the combination I need in order to basically nail the drag racing scene. And that's probably what I'll use that for. However, because we are starting off with Stage 2, I'm going to begin this by using the Peugeot. Or Peugeot. I think it's pronounced Peugeot. Anyway. And what do you know, the first race we have to do is a drag race. Okay, you know what? I'm going to test out my Hyundai for this one, just because it's a drag race, and also because I don't want to have any trouble with this. I probably should have put the difficulty up to the hard difficulty. Oh well, let's just get on with this. So, time for the first cleanup race of this game. And if I am not mistaken, we should be on the railroad tracks. So we've got a Toyota Corolla. I couldn't see what the rest of the competition was, but however, if you just enter a world map event and don't restart, then for some reason you will not get any rap points or any money from winning the event. However, if you restart it, then you can get both the money and the rap points, regardless of how far ahead you win by. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna stick to the left-hand side this time. Make sure that I can manage to come away with something decent. Anyway. And also just lifting off the throttle so I don't bust anything. And this time, that went really well. I won by 10 seconds almost over Kirby. Anthony was second, and it was Yoon who came home fourth. And we literally had a tie for second. Jesus Christ. Anyways. 300 rep points, and a grand is back in the bank. And just to make my job easier, I'm going to record the replay. That was too easy, in all honesty. I also didn't think it was worth it to spend on any more visual upgrades because, well, all I was really after was the performance upgrades, and basically that's what I got. Just absolutely decimating my competition, who basically had no chance of catching me. And now, if I just head over to the game stats now, you will notice that something has changed. And what is that, you may ask? Well, you'll be able to see for yourself. So, the events we have not completed on the world map, they do count towards the overall number of races you have entered and won. And we're now up to 86% completion. Oh yeah, I should also mention, I came here by the body shop because I wanted to see if the wide body kits were unlocked yet, but I don't think they'll be unlocked until we've scored 100%. That's when we'll unlock those. I will try and see if I can show those off. And what do you know, we have another drag race. And then a circuit race. But first, let's get through the drag race. I'm now already 1 grand up from where I was prior to this. So last time we went up against a trio of Corollas. I wonder what my competition is going to be this time. It's another trio of Corollas. I guess it must be because the Corolla is a really good drag car, supposedly. Although not as good as the Hyundai, because this car goes over 220 in terms of max speed. But when I hit that max speed, I really don't know. But either way, it doesn't matter because I'm just out here and basically decimating my competition. Ironically, how... let me think. Can I go over 200? Hey, I can go over 200. And a finishing time of 26.1 seconds. I'm just leaving my competition to ruin, basically. So Sean was second, Marnie third, and Steve was fourth. 300 rat points, baby! We are moving along very nicely. Okay, anyway. 2 cleanup races of stage 2 are down, and we still have another 6 races to go. As next up, we have a circuit race. And what am I going to use for that circuit race, you may ask? Well, that's a good question. I'll probably consider using the 106, just to see how it handles, because why not? Because I've not driven the 106 for a while. And our next 2 races are circuit races. Well, let's get on with the longer one then. I'm also pretty sure this was the first circuit race I did with the Lincoln as well, if I'm not mistaken. Although I doubt there's going to be any SUVs in this one, because we already did those races a while ago. And we have once again got a trio of Corollas. So in other words, I'll basically be whooping some ass. So, gonna restart the race because that's how I get the money and the rep. And since these cars are fully upgraded, I should have no problem dominating the event, basically. Although I would imagine these will likely get more challenging as I go through the I think it's the world map events. I also want to try and see if I can hit 200 in this thing. Hey, I hit top speed, 207. I also got very loose. Yeah, something tells me I might have to increase this to the hard difficulty once I'm done with this, because since I fully upgraded both my Peugeot and my Hyundai, I've basically just left my competition in the dust. Although I think most people these days pronounce it as Hyundai. But anyway. I'm so glad I did not go straight into the wall. Also, did I restart this race? I can't remember if I did or I didn't, for some reason. I think I did, but in case if I didn't... Okay, please get out of my way. That's enough. Okay, anyway. Just getting this out the way. Of course, there is a reason why I fully upgraded all my cars now for just this sort of thing. And I think I made a good choice here. In all honesty. Is what I think. Ooh, can I hit 200 again? I want to see if I can. Oh, not quite. Well, I almost hit 200 for 2 laps in a row. Well, I don't think speed really matters, because since I basically upgraded the fuck out of both my 106 and my Tiburon, basically the AI have just not stood a chance. I've just been leaving them... I've just literally been leaving their necks in the sand. Yeah, now might be the time for me to put this up to the hard difficulty, because of how much I'm just leaving my competition to ruin. I reckon now probably is a good time for me to try and make this more competitive now. Anyways, I win. Huh, and I also got one last air shot. Not bad. So Charles was second, Rowan third, and Dan came home fourth. Hey, I did restart. Okay, that's good. Another 300 rep, another grand in the bank, and we are moving along very nicely indeed. Because my competition at the moment is just not standing a chance. Well, anyway. I'm probably going to have to move back to the spot where the Caleb race was once I'm done with this. So then you'll know which spot that's in. Alright. Time for race number 4, and it's another circuit race. Actually no, I'll get through this on the medium difficulty and then change the difficulty once I'm done with this. So then for at least half of this, I've just basically gone out and destroyed my opponents for at least half of these races. And it's another trio of Corollas. I think I know where this is going. We're basically going up against Corollas in every single race, more or less. Yeah, in order to get the rep points and the cash, for some reason, you need to restart the event in order to get both of those in your pocket. I really couldn't tell you how precisely that works, but it just seems like to me that is more or less the only real clue I can give. But anyway, this shouldn't take too long, because it's a shorter track. I also know that this car is very much a circuit spec race car now. And the odds of me losing this race are basically about as slim as... oh god, okay. And the odds of me losing this race are about as slim as spotting Halley's Comet. Or basically finding a living dodo bird. Because I'm just so far ahead of everyone else. At least that's the way it looks, so far anyway. In other words, the competition has not really impressed me up to this point. So, you know, it's not really been anything to get excited about. At least not compared to the URL events I more recently did. But I did make sure to finish them, and that's all I care about at this stage. So, we are moving along nicely. And it seems as though from here, like, there's not really much else I can give. Aside from just going out and... ah, damn it. Well, I almost made the drift stick. Doesn't matter. It was big, but it really doesn't matter because, well, I'm still dominating this event as it currently stands. And that's about the only thing I really care about at this stage. But I'm also making sure that there's going to be some competition once I am done with this. And there we go. Speeding across the line with my nitrous, and winning in the end by just under 14 seconds over Matt. Eric was third, and Greg fourth. Another grand, another 300 rep. And now, I think it's time for me to up the difficulty, because I think this is probably a good time for the domination, for the annihilation to stop. Even though that's basically what I've been doing now for most of this. So, gonna up the difficulty to hard, because I don't think losing is really on the cards at this stage. And done 2 races with the Hyundai, also done 2 races with my Peugeot, and we have another circuit race. You know what? I'm going to use the Mustang for this one. Just because I want to make sure I'm giving all 4 of my cars an appearance of some sort. So anyways, time for race 5 of the cleanup. And then, once we are done with this, we should have just 3 events to go. And once again, we are up against Corollas. And I don't think that's going to change anymore. So restarting, because this is how you get the rep as well as the bank for some reason. And blasting away in my pony car, basically with my galloping stallion. And I missed the shortcut. Not too surprising in all honesty. Oh well, it's fine. It's starting to not be fine. Maybe I should have used the Evo 8 for this, because it has slightly better handling. But anyway. Well, at least I'm still pulling away. Just gotta make sure this time I don't miss the shortcut. Shit. Well, I can definitely say the race feels a lot closer than it did. Anyways, taking the shortcut because I may need this. If I lose the lead, I swear to God, I am seriously going to restart this if I lose the lead. Especially if I lose this in the last corner, then in which case I will have to restart. Well, it doesn't matter now because I win by at least 6 seconds over Andrew, you in 3rd, and Gabriel was 4th. Yeah, I'll take that. It's not exactly complete annihilation, but it's enough for me. Now we just have 3 events to go. And then we should be done with stage 2. So I'll do another event with the Mustang, and then the last 2 events I'll do with the Evo. So, let's see what we have. Okay. Let's see which race it was we completed. Where is it? Should be in here somewhere. Ah, here it is. So 5 races are down, and we still have 3 to go. So the next one we have is a drift race. I think this is going to be an easy win, more or less. I just figured it might be worth it for me to put on the hard difficulty, so it at least looks like the AI are trying. And yep, I don't think the Corollas are going to change anytime soon. Here in stage 2. Anyway, restarting, because that's how I get my... because that is how I get my dash. And basically... yep, okay. Yep. That was pretty poor, I'm not gonna lie. That, however, was far from poor. That was quite savoury, in fact. Whatever. Whatever. 29,000. Still enough for me to win by an absolute margin, so I don't really care. Still get maximum rep regardless of me losing 8,000 in the last corner. It don't matter. I'm still gonna go out and just put my car in the domination position, more or less. So, you know, there is that. So, 2 events to go. And then we should be done with our events in stage 2. Now, I'm going to use the Evo, because this is the one car I have not used yet. And now I'm just going to go out and basically leave my opponents in the dust, because that's how I've been doing this for all the other events so far. Because I can do that. And unsurprisingly, we're up against Corollas again. Well, at least I can say this stage is almost over. And then once we're done with this, I will basically have nothing more to prove. That was a beautiful drift. I'm not gonna lie, that just felt beautiful. Yeah, I'll take that. That's not too bad. Yeah, I wasn't going to accept that. Okay, I got the most important ones. That's all I care about. Because if I didn't, I would have had to restart, because I just would have done it for pride. But anyway, doesn't matter, because I have got 81,000 in Drift Race number 6. And winning in the end by nearly 60,000 over Borwin, Wes, and Kostas. Alrighty, let's now check and see how many more races we have to do. I'm pretty sure it's just 2 more, and then we should be done. As far as I'm concerned. We should be done with this once we're... Okay, so it's just 1 race to go then. Okay. I must have missed one somewhere. Okay, so we've done 7 of the 8 missing events here in Stage 2. Goes to show how well I'm doing with my counting. And our last one is a sprint race. Okay, let's go. Final race of the Stage 2 cleanup, and it's only taken me half an hour to get all the way down here. And then after that, we should be done. And yep, we're up against the terrific Toyota Corollas again. Or I probably should say the creeping Corollas again. Because of how much quicker my cars are compared to the Corollas. Well, we were running good until we suddenly weren't. Because once again, traffic basically ruined my whole run. And because I was hit with a double whammy, I just decided again, okay, I'm not having that. So I basically just went, no. And I'm now trying this again for a 3rd time, where hopefully this time my attempts will look like there's at least a sense of effort being put into my racecraft and making sure that I am here to provide enough leverage to show that I really do deserve to dominate these races the way I do. More or less. Or at least dominating these races the way I should be dominating them. Which is what I prefer to do. So, around the roundabout. I got a poor exit out of there, probably because I had a snap of understeer, but either way, it's okay because, or at least it was okay until that all happened. Come on, Nitrous. Get me ahead of the AI again, please. Okay. Took me less than 2 minutes to get there, but I did get there after 2 failed attempts. So, 6.8 seconds over Philip, Alex was 3rd, and Carl came home 4th. Yeah, 300 rep points, and 1,000 in the bank. And now I will save the game, because that is all of our Stage 2 races now done and dusted. And providing nothing goes wrong on my PC, that should be it. We should be done with the cleanup for Stage 2. And now we just have to clean up all the other races. So there we go. All 8 races of Stage 2 in the cleanup have now been, well, cleaned up. And we are now at 89% completion. And our final average rep score for Stage 2 is 288.6. Not bad. And there's our updated stats. We still have another 11% of the game to go. So, the Stage 2 cleanup is now done, and next time we will be doing the Stage 3 cleanup.
No one can rise up. I need speed when I'm that strip. I got the book and the chip. Your car like something to strip. Throw up